Ever get stuck replaying that super awkward conversation in your head, like over and over again?
Yeah.
Or maybe you're totally freaking out about that big presentation coming up, and you're running through every single thing that could go wrong.
Oh, yeah, I know that feeling.
You're definitely not alone. It's that pesky overthinking monster we all deal with, right?
It really is.
And today we're diving deep into how mindfulness can help us, actually tame it.
That's right. I mean, we often get tricked into thinking that overthinking is actually helpful.
Right.
Like it's productive.
Yeah, like if I just think about this one more time,
Exactly.
I'll magically find that perfect solution.
Right, if I just analyze it a little bit more.
Exactly.
But honestly, it usually just makes us mentally exhausted and no closer to actually solving anything.
Totally. And all the research we've been looking at points to two major ways that overthinking traps us.
Okay.
It's either ruminating on those past regrets, the shoulda, woulda, couldas,
Right.
or it's worrying about all those future what-ifs, those worst-case scenarios.
That's it. Like those two things cover so much of it.
Pretty much.
And that's where mindfulness can really come in and help.
Okay, so mindfulness, I feel like everyone's talking about it these days, but what is it really?
It's not about trying to shut off your thoughts completely. I mean, that's pretty much impossible.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. It's more about changing your relationship to your thoughts. Think of it like becoming an observer of your thoughts, rather than getting swept away by every single one.
Okay, that makes sense. But I guess I'm wondering, how does just, observing my thoughts actually help me?
Well, it helps break that overthinking cycle, right?
Okay.
So when you can acknowledge a thought without judging it, without getting all caught up in it, it kind of loses its power to pull you into that spiral.
I see, yeah.
It's kind of like, watching clouds drift by.
Yeah.
You see them, but you don't have to grab onto every single one.
That's a really helpful image. So it's less about emptying your mind and more about
Yeah,
creating space between us and our thoughts.
exactly. And having that space allows us to see things more clearly so we can make better decisions. It reduces our stress levels.
So I don't have to give up deep thinking altogether.
No, not at all.
It's more about being more aware of my thoughts.
Yeah, right. You're not suppressing your thoughts. You're just choosing how much attention they deserve.
I love that. Now, I remember reading in one of the articles we looked at about a technique called thought labeling. Is that something you've ever used?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thought labeling is awesome for creating that separation we've been talking about.
Okay.
So let's say you're, super stressed about an upcoming deadline. Instead of getting lost in that whole, oh no, I'm never going to finish this spiral,
Yeah.
you can just label it.
Yes.
It's anxiety. And just that simple act of labeling can really take some of the power away from the thought.
Wow. It's like you're taking the emotion out of the equation.
Exactly.
And, speaking of calming things down, I'm really curious about that mindfulness exercise you mentioned earlier.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. So if you're listening along and want to try this with us, find a comfy spot.
Yeah, get comfortable.
Maybe close your eyes if that feels good.
Mm-hmm.
And just take a nice deep breath in, fill in your lungs completely.
Yes, and slow.
And then slowly exhale, letting all the air out.
Yeah, just let it all go.
Let's do that one more time. Inhale
Inhale.
and exhale.
All the way out.
Now just bring your attention to your breath. Notice that rise and fall of your chest or your belly as you breathe.
Just feel it.
And if your mind wanders, which it probably will, that's totally normal. Just gently, without judgment, guide your attention back to your breath.
Exactly. No judgment, just noticing.
Beautiful.
Even just a few moments like this can start to shift your brain away from that overthinking mode.
It's like hitting the reset button.
Exactly.
And that sense of calm you might be feeling right now, that's mindfulness in action. But it's not just about these dedicated moments of practice, right?
Right.
We can actually integrate mindfulness into our daily lives.
Absolutely. Remember that thought labeling technique?
Yeah.
You can use that anywhere, anytime.
Oh, nice.
Or you could try doing a quick body scan throughout the day.
Okay.
Just noticing the sensations in your hands, your feet, even just your back against your chair. These little check-ins help you reconnect with the present moment and interrupt those overthinking loops.
It's like building in those mini mindfulness breaks.
Exactly.
So to recap, overthinking keeps us stuck in those loops of worry and regret,
Yeah.
while mindfulness is all about helping us step back, become more aware of our thoughts without getting carried away by them.
That's it. And the more you practice these techniques, the easier it becomes to access that calm and clarity.
It really is empowering to know that we can retrain our brains like this.
It is.
And you don't need to spend hours meditating to feel the benefits. Even just a few minutes of focused breathing or a quick thought labeling exercise can make a world of difference.
It really can.
So, as we wrap up today's deep dive, I want to leave you with this question.
Okay.
What could you accomplish if you could free yourself from that grip of overthinking? What new possibilities might open up for you?
That's a great question to think about.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into taming the overthinking monster with mindfulness.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Thanks for listening. Subscribe for more stories. Practice daily and let me know what stories you want next. See you